this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ollie with the another episode of This Is It, and shit. Whoo, you already know why we here. You know why. Look, you seen the title, you seen the preview, you seen shit. You see the pictures down below, the pics and the clips. You know, we here to talk about this Game of Thrones, House of Dragon. I guess I'm gonna have to get out of saying the Game of Thrones. I'm just we're moving on. Even though it's a prequel, we're moving on, yo. We back to the future with this one. So, again, I'm Ollie with DA. Got my boy Phenom 202. What's good with your player?
Phenom 202, DDA representative. Yo, man, I'm not going to lie, yo. I was over Game of Thrones. This brought me back in it, yo. Like, this was a super fire episode, dog.
Yeah. And I'm not to lie, yo. They got a lot to live up to because no matter how everybody feels about the last... I had to say like 1.5 last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. It was definitely on the downhill. But overall, Game of Thrones is definitely like one of the greatest shows ever.
No doubt.
On TV, serious. You know what I'm saying? Can't front on that. So they had a lot to live up to. And I think with this first episode, they definitely put their little flag in the ground like, yo, we might got this.
Well, before we get started, let me give you 2 statistics on it. 10 million people watched this episode.
God.
10 million.
Crazy.
350% more than the first Game of Thrones episode.
Yeah.
So
when the first Game of Thrones came out, though, I remember one thing that I was watching it. I put like Corey Roy in here. Shout out to him. He ain't dead, y'all, but you know what I'm saying? He's just doing some shit. He's in the midst of moving right now, so he couldn't join us tonight. But I was like, yo, Corey, you gotta watch this Game of Thrones shit. Like when it came out, like so it was like halfway through the first season. I put him on. He started watching. He was like, oh shit, because that first episode was wild. I was like, yeah, we got the incest, the killing, pushing kids
White
out the
Walkers.
windows. So I was like, yo, they was wild, yo. So I was like, yo, this is the craziest shit ever.
Yeah.
So, this House of the Dragon, yo, we're going into the world of the Targaryens, yo. So basically, I'm just gonna give a quick background. This is, I guess, Targaryens. They done ruled at the time of the show almost 100 years. My man King Jaehaerys the First is dying, but he's been having, it's been peace and prosperity, mainly because they got 10 motherfucking dragons.
Yo, yeah.
If you got 10 motherfucking dragons, guess what?
You in charge.
Everybody's gonna fall in line. So there it is, yo. So unfortunately for him, though, he has no heirs. His sons have died, so they have like a little vote. They bring in all the, I guess, the nobles, the houses, the head of the houses and shit. And it came down to 2. They said 14 people put their name in. It came down to 2. His oldest daughter, because Game of Thrones, I don't know how to work on these names.
I think it was his grandchildren, his oldest granddaughter. I think that was his oldest.
No, I think it was his daughter, yeah.
I could be wrong.
Because that's what it was. Because the queen that, what was it called? The queen
that never ruled.
Yeah, because
something like that.
She was supposed to. I had to say supposed to. Back then things was different. So her Rhaenys, and his oldest, it was a cousin, I believe. Viserys. I'm bad. Look, I could.
I know he was a grandchild. He was the oldest grandson. I know he was a grandson, the oldest grandson.
Oh, bro, he ain't a grandson, man.
Who? Varys?
Yeah.
Man, everything I read, but go off.
Well, maybe I'm wrong, man.
Yeah, but Anyway, there's all nepotism going on, yo.
Yeah, but anyway, they had to
Just-
vote, and basically the council was like, "Yo, fuck it, yo, we don't have a woman rule us. We don't go for him." Even though she was like closer in bloodline to him, she
Yeah.
was like, whatever, yo, no women leading us. Kick rocks, beaches, and that's what it is. So,
Yeah.
so that's what comes on. So we fast forward when in his reign now. They said, when Viserys' reign is like, I guess they say it's 9 years in. He's also trying to be a peaceful king. You know what I'm saying? There's no war, nothing going on. He's struggling to get. Ironically, he's struggling to get an heir. He doesn't have any male children.
Yep.
And that's how we kick off this episode. His wife's pregnant, about to give birth. He's got the no. It's gonna be a boy. We don't throw us a little party. We don't throw us a little jousting. You know, back in the day, whenever some shit was going on, they'd be like, "Yo, just throw some games for the commoners." They get out there, get together, you know what I'm saying, on some gladiator shit, and let's have a celebration, man. But I mean, before we get all into the gritty details, I mean, what you just think about the overall episode? I mean, just like the feeling, yo, Thrones is back.
I mean, the dragons, man. Like, Rhaenyra's coming in on the dragon was fire. Like, I'm here for the dragons, man. I mean, I'm here for the infighting. You know what I'm saying? But the dragons is what makes the show, because we want to see them and what they do. It is so they are grandchildren.
Oh, they are, my bad.
Yep.
See,
So they are grandchildren.
I'm over here telling you wrong. Ah, fuck it. I'm wrong.
She's the oldest granddaughter and he's the oldest grandson. So, but yeah, I mean, like, it's a whole bunch of nepotism going on. Like, imagine traveling all this way thinking you have a shot at the throne, but like, thanks for applying, but we're gonna go to one of my grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? The jousting, I mean, it shows what the violence was back then. What their entertainment was is so different than now. I mean, I can't take that back. No, we still got gladiator shit. We got MMA, we got boxing. This is a whole different level back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing changed.
The overall, I mean, I like I'm glad they chose this prequel with the Targaryens, because I think they're the most interesting family in the Game of Thrones realm. You know what I'm saying? Dragons, the long blonde hair, white hair, whatever. So far so good, man. And like, I mean, he's starting to have premonitions that he wants a boy, and that's the thing. That's it. The women ain't even thought of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he already got him a daughter. He don't need no more. He's like, yo, fuck that, yo. Let's get this air in here. But yeah, I was just happy how you was like, damn, you said, well, how many people watched this shit?
10 million.
10 million? Yeah, I was just glad to be back in the world of Game of Thrones, to be honest with you. It's like, it's been gone for a minute. You know what I'm saying? At first, I didn't know, but then once you start watching these trailers, I was hype. I was getting hype. I was like, let me see what it does, though. I don't want to get too hyped. Let me see what it does. And then once it started,
what you think about the visuals?
I mean, that's what I was saying. Like the look and everything. Like, you get that familiar look, kind of like, you know what I mean. And the scenes, the sets, and all that was great gravy. Yo, that shit was fire. Especially to see like they was walking through like one part. What's his daughter's name? Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra. Yeah. She was walking through with her girl, with her friend. Like, that was where Cersei used to have the map. When you don't remember, we had the map and everything. Like, so it was just crazy, like, to see all of this again. I was like, oh man, and yeah, it's just being in it. That's the dome family. I was like, yo, it brought back memories. Like, it brought back memories like this family. Like, I was like, oh shit, we back here, we back again. Yo,
all the terminology.
Yes.
Like when they start naming the different realms. What really got me is when she was riding the dragon, and you can see the dome that Daenerys blew up.
Yeah, you mean Cersei?
No, Cersei was in it. No, Cersei blew up the tower.
Yeah, she blew up the shit when they was at the trial. And
the scepter.
Yeah, the scepter, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I loved it, yo. I mean, I stood in front of the TV and watched it, yo. You know what I'm saying? It was that good.
Yeah, it was definitely good. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm sure if you're watching this, you've seen the episode. So We just gonna get to some of these characters. We don't have to go like line by line what happened, but we just gonna get some of these characters, yo. Like we said, we already mentioned his daughter, Rhaenyra. You know, she's flying in on the dragon. She looked like she's gonna be a little spicy. You know what I mean? She's like we don't see what's going on with her.
Yeah.
We also, of course, we get introduced to his brother, Daemon.
Yo, I love a good villain. I love a good villain, yo.
Daemon is like the old possessed Daemon. Because Daemon is a wild boy, yo. He's like, yo, fuck this, yo. So whatever he gets involved in, he's going hard. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I mean, he came with our first introduction. He comes in there. He's sitting on the throne, like he's already cocky.
Yeah,
he's like, yo.
You can get put to death for sitting on the throne. It's treason. Like, just to sit on the throne is treason, yo. Like, that's crazy. So that's why the dude was walking there with Rhaenyra. He was like, oh my God. She was like, don't worry about it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So him, like, sitting on the throne, him getting his army together, yo. He's the popo, yo. He's the head commander, yo, the police chief.
Yeah. You know, what's it? The city guard.
City guard, yo.
But it's almost like the council's just trying to find shit for him to do. They put him in charge of city guard. Whew,
that was a bad decision, yo.
He was like, yo, don't make him respect the gold. And it's funny seeing all because all that was like in the flash forward a couple of 100 years. It's all that like the city guard is still wearing the gold and all, you know. But they went through the city. It was like wreck a shop. It was like, yo,
dog. They was beheading people, cutting off hands, cutting off balls, cutting off every dog. It was so graphic.
But that's what I'm saying. Yo, they said that was cutting off, you know what I'm saying? Basically, it's cutting off private parts. It's, whacking your dick off. They're saying if you was a rapist. But I'm like, yo, I ain't had no trial. Like, hold up, brother. Like, hold up. Like, wait. You don't even know. I ain't even knew. Like, you might get the wrong person.
It don't matter. Innocent until proven guilty. Nah, it's guilty. Nah. You only get a chance to prove you're innocent.
I was about to say you just guilty. So that was wild.
But they even said though, yo, at the table, because when they brought him to the table to kind of reprimand him, they was like, you can't go around killing people without a kind of like a trial or something like that. And the black dude's Corliss, he was like, they need to respect the guard, yo.
Yeah. So honestly, Corliss, the black dude, so he's married to the granddaughter. You know what I'm saying, Rhaenys.
Yep.
So I know it's a lot of, you know how the world is, unfortunately. There's a lot of shit talking this and that. Why they got a black person in there? It's supposed to be like there's like because they said they was keeping it to the script, to the book. They was like, well, how you keep it to the script of the book if it's a black? Ain't no black, Targaryens. Well, all right, motherfucker, just wait, and then you find out he married in. He married exactly, in. Targaryen. They married. He got married in because his family is like a powerful family too. They got the sea. They run the sea, yo. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call them, but like the serpent of the sea. So, and it's crazy because your boy is in on it. The writer of the books, like he is
George R.R. Martin.
He is motherfucking right there counseling. They just got this shit from afar. He signed the deal. Like he's in on this. So he's saying like this is what it is, and motherfucker's still going against it. Well, I don't know. This isn't his vision. Like the motherfucker said,
he's in this. He wasn't. That's the thing about it. I'm glad they brought him in it because the last couple seasons of Game of Thrones, he wasn't in it.
Yeah, because once the book ran out, that's when it started going. Like once they ran out of the book, I was like, oh, yeah, that's when you could feel it. You could feel it. But yeah, I'm glad he's in on this too, yo. So that's probably why it's feeling the way it's feeling. You're feeling good.
Oh, I mean, and the thing about it is, it's funny. Like you see him, you see his wife, you see his kids. Yo, his kids is black, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And guess what, yo? They don't probably marry him off with some other Targaryens, so
it's gonna stay in the same bloodline, yo.
And give it 2-3 more generations, 100 years from now, I guess what? They all don't look white anyway, yo. So it is what it is.
Facts.
But speaking of that, like marrying Targaryens, you mentioned Daemon. You know what I'm saying? He was in there with Rhaenyra. He gave us some Valkyrian steel, you know, all these flashback terms and shit. Like you said, terminology. I was like, oh, shit. But being as Game of Thrones, I was like, yo, was that a little tension there? Like, I'm not talking Uncle
No, I know
Reese
you're talking
tension.
about.
I'm like, yo, I think she got an eye for him, yo. Like
Dog,
he was in the tournament. She's talking about the other dude, but every time he did some shit, she was like looking at that moment. I was like, yo, is this what we doing?
I wouldn't surprise me. Shit. Well, I don't know if they had the history of doing it. I know the
No,
Lannisters
that's why.
did.
Yeah, no, that's why they the Mad King. That's why they.
That's right. They're like incest. That's right.
Yeah, they was. Oh no, they was marrying all. I mean, there was a whole lot of brothers and sisters getting married and this and that.
That's right. That's right. You are so right on that. Damn. I'm telling you, man. The thing about it is, even with the all right, so can we go to the jousting?
Yeah.
Can we go to the jousting, yo?
Let's get
yo,
there, man.
Shit was fire.
Oh yeah, great.
Look, I mean, but that's the first when I saw the jousting. I never knew that. I thought when you hit with the joust, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know they circled back with another joint.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Like once double back on that joint.
Yeah, man, nobody fall off. They came right around the corner. He was like, "The motherfucker's like, give me this shit like quick." I was like, "Yo, that was
like
wild.
NASCAR tire changing out that joint, yo."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't even know once you fall off the horse and you don't nothing happen, you can challenge to a on the ground duel, yo.
Yeah, your boy was like, "Yo, duel." I don't know if they normally did that. He was pissed though. He was like, "Yo, fuck this, duel." But yeah, that jousting, not like you said, that scene was fire, yo. Because when they was hitting each other, like I was feeling that shit. I was like, ooh, like you know what I mean? That joint looked real. I mean,
I used to watch. There was a movie called A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger when it first came out.
Yeah.
Remember him? And he was jousting.
Music, yeah. I like that movie, yo. On the low,
it was a great movie, yo. Me and my wife went on a date, saw that, yo. Damn, back in 2001, something like that, a long time ago.
I like my man that used to introduce him,
Chaucer. I think it was Chaucer. He was like the But they showed how like you use the jousting sticks, like how it shreds, like it's like really really thin. So when it hit, it explodes. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of selling the how jousting was though.
Yeah.
But it was funny though because I'm trying to figure out the angle of the guy that beat him. Like how relevant will he be, and who's going to be his love interest? I couldn't figure out who's going to be with him.
Yeah,
did you kind of figure it out?
Nah, I mean, well, Daemon kind of, you know what I'm saying, we don't get into the little details. So Daemon he pulled a fast one, so to speak, because after he got his joint, instead of asking a favor from Rhaenyra, who I was like, you know what I'm saying, his niece, and they already got their little tension going on. He was like, nah, the motherfucker he don't like, Hightower, that's on the council, he went straight to his daughter. I was like, yo, what's up, baby? He was like, yo, I can't hit you, but I might just hit your daughter off. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, so I knew that was some gangster shit right there.
Yeah, that was wild. Your boy made that. He was like, like, you know. So,
but what can you say though? I mean, like he's literally the heir.
Yeah,
and they don't like each other because they was arguing at the table.
Yeah,
and he was heard him talking shit about him.
Yeah. So, like you said, though, Cole was there. Cole ended up getting asking for favor from Rhaenyra. I mean, he's definitely going to be somehow involved. I mean, he's going to probably end up being Daemon's little nemesis because, you know, he put the beats on him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Your boy was upset. He want to take his hand and all that. But he first beat him on the joust, then he beat him with the hand-to-hand. Like, he took him out. Oh, yeah. He was 0 for 2 that day. So, and they talk, you know, and they gave a little history of him as far as him not, I don't think he came from like a rich house or whatever they were saying. Basically, he got it from the mud, yo. He came out the slums. So,
yeah.
So it's definitely going to be interesting. He's for sure going to play a role. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm down for it, man. I mean, but the thing about it is, I like Daemon already, man. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I like him too.
I hate him, but he live in this asshole world, yo.
Yeah, he an asshole, but I do kind of like him too. I can't front, yo.
Yeah,
because what he says is the truth. Even when he's talking about Viserys, yo. I mean, basically, it's like, yo, you're a weak ass king, yo. I mean, you weak, and I'm here to run shit. You know what I mean? They already got this talking about earlier, like pirates is doing this and people doing this and all that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's kind of living their best life out here, doing whatever the fuck they want. He's like, nah, bro. I'm about to come in here and like shut this shit down.
And that's the thing. I mean, so he shows like he about that muscle. Like he's like, yo, I'm about my business. If you don't fall in line, we're gonna make you get in line. That's why when he got beat at the joust, he put that in his mental Rolodex. Like, I got you, yo.
Yeah. He definitely
You know
will
what I'm
come back
saying?
on that one. And I do want to say also one thing about the jousting scene, well, even like more so with Damon and Cole was going at it. That shit was fire. I mean, how they was going back between that, like the action there, and then the
What was going
Queen,
on a bit? Yeah.
the
Oh,
Queen,
dog.
because she was going through it. I was like, oh gosh, she was
It
going
was hard to
through it.
watch.
Yeah, it was. Yo, and that's some Game of Thrones shit. Yo, this shit was hard to watch. So the baby was breached. Basically, there was like, I don't know. Did they say they were both gonna die?
So he had
So
to
he
make a
was like,
decision. So
yeah, he
like,
was like, they're both gonna die. We might be able to say the baby, but basically doing a C-section, the old school style. So your boy, he went over to his wife. He was like, "Don't worry, baby." All of a sudden, they was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yo."
no, they didn't cut across. They cut down.
Down, yeah. Oh
Man,
yeah, because
but
they
she was
don't know
scared
no
though. She
better.
was
No.
there. Another
Yeah, I'd be
article I
scared if
read
somebody motherfucker just cut it to your
because she didn't know
stomach.
what was going on. She landed on her back like, "Yo, what's going on?" He was like, it's okay, baby. It ain't okay, yo. But
Ain't no
I
anesthesia, no nothing. It was
nah,
like
they gave her like mother's milk or something like
yeah, but
that.
they said they couldn't give her no more. Basically, mother's milk's like the opium.
Yeah.
But they said they couldn't give her any more. It might hurt the baby. So I was like, yo, they wild.
So one thing I did read with the producers, which I thought was kind of awesome, was before they actually had a screening with all women on this episode to see how they would, if they were cool with them showing this episode, well, that part of the episode with the woman dying in chopper. They was like, yeah, I mean, that's what happened back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yo, when you think about it, yo, having babies back in the day. I mean, they said it. I mean, it's life threatening. I mean, you put your life at risk, yo. I can imagine like some old time medicine. It really was no medicine. Basically, it was like
No medicine,
all the shit that could go wrong, and
no anesthesia,
and your ass is just in a cabin or a hut or some shit in a tub of water. Like, dog, that's just
infection.
wild, man. Yeah,
dog. The doctors ain't got gloves on like this. They like this.
Yeah, dirty as hell. Everybody dirty. I mean, like everybody's dirty, yo. Like the fact that humans, yo, you know, we the virus of the planet. Shout out to being strong. Shout out to being unkillable. The roaches, we
facts,
human big roaches. Like you can't kill us all. We don't find a way.
We gonna find a way. Our immune system gonna find a way to keep it. But that's the thing, yo. Like, but I always watch these shows. I'm like, yo, they be smashing. No deodorant, no soap, just chlamydia, dysentery everywhere.
Yeah, they bathe like once a week, and that's if you ain't got no money, you might bathe like once every couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was wild back in the day, man.
Yeah.
Just the smell. Just imagine if you go back. I can't even imagine like the smells. Just walking down the street, you know, you gotta think, yo, like people was throwing out trash on the streets.
No
people
sanitation.
Shitting and pissing everywhere. Like just walking outside had to be like, what the fuck?
Dog, when I was in Germany, we went to castles and stuff like that. Like I've never thought in my lifetime I actually see an actual castle. And the tour guys giving us tours like, yeah, this is where everybody came to go to the bathroom, like a little creek, like not even a creek, like a trench that everybody used to go piss. And then they show, oh, this is where they get their water from. 10 feet away from the piss and the shit, yo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like, dog. And then like it was kind of cool. So you walking in the castle, I'm like, dang, it's cold in here. It was like, no heat.
Yeah, definitely don't want no heat. Yeah, it's just you got to live with it. It's a bunch of candles and shit. But that's when like
that's all they had,
Yeah, every bedroom had a fireplace. But either way though, it's cold. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's inside the castle. Just think about it when you ain't living in the castle, and you was like a serf or something like that, living on the outskirts of town, yo. It's crazy, yo.
Yeah. So unfortunately for Viserys, he ends up losing his wife and the baby. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Emma, rest in peace, baby girl.
And baby Balin, yo.
Yeah, baby Balin. Yeah. So they take the L. They die. They had a funeral. And another. Well, I guess it's not a throwback because it happened before Daenerys, and she was like the car was the cars like whatever
Dracarys.
to make them do the flames. I was like, I remember that shit. But you know what I mean. So they burned the bodies. You know, I was like, that was sad though. It was sad to see because at first they only showed the queen's body.
Yeah.
Because, you know, at first they thought you lived. Because, you know, when she died, they still had the baby. It was like, you know what I'm saying? We had the baby. But then they showed the little baby wrapped up. I was like, damn, man, fucked up. But
yeah. But this was why I like Daemon too, because this is why he's a complex character. Because he was at what Rhaenyra was like, yo, you need to be here for your pops. Yo. You know what I'm saying? And that shows he's still about family, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think he hates his brother or nothing. Like, you know what I mean? I just think of course they have different opposite ways of they will rule, so to speak. You know, difference of opinions. But because even his brother Viserys was sticking up for him even when the council was, you know, saying some shit. He was like, I ain't gonna go against my brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck y'all. You know what I mean? I will say this with that meeting though, and with some other shit. The black dude, Corliss, he rolling with Daemon, yo. I can see it already. He was already like, yo, why we even having this discussion? Yo, Daemon's the man. Like, he's like, if it ain't my wife, this is Daemon, right? And everybody like, But even later on, like in the before that, when they were reprimanding Daemon about the King's Guard shit, he was like, yo, they gotta respect the guard, yo. Like somebody gotta make a respect the city guard. So I could already see he's on definitely be rolling with Daemon.
Definitely, definitely. I can see it. I mean, like, he's right. Like you said, like if shit is out of hand, you got to rule with an iron fist, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, unfortunately, this Daemon, the way he does things, though, it does lead to a conflict. So he's out with the city guard and everybody. Boom, boom. They wilding as they do. You know what I'm saying? He's a man. He leads a pack of wolves. Yo, he tells you, yo, we wolves out here on the hunt. So you leading the wild people. Sometimes you gotta do some wild shit. So they was out
at the brothel,
in the brothels, whorehouse, drinking, people fucking right here on the carpet here, boom, boom. He was like, boom, let's stop, be quiet. You know, basically he was like, gave a shout out to is it Baylor? Is it Baylor or Bailey?
Balin.
Balin. I said I was wrong both ways. So Balin, you know what I'm saying, king for a day, heir for a day type of. But some people don't like the way he said it because they said, "Oh, you was in the brothel. It's almost like you celebrating." So the king calls him in, and he's upset. I can understand him being upset though. I mean, you know, he just lost his wife, his child, like everything. Like, what the hell? You in a brothel? You ain't even, why ain't you here with me? Type of deal.
Facts.
You out there. So basically, he sent him away, yo.
I mean,
like, yo, you gotta go home to your wife and family. Like, how bad must his wife be, yo? That's the punishment. But go ahead.
I mean, obviously he in a whorehouse. I mean, he in a brothel. That's where he'd rather be. I mean, he was smashing somebody earlier. I think his little side piece or whatever. I think he really like her because she put the battery in his back.
Yeah. She's gonna be a ongoing character, yo. She's like his one of his only confidants. They say, you know. What I mean? Yeah. And, I mean, she's, you know, lives that lifestyle. You know, oldest profession, but that's somebody he trusts. They say.
Yeah. Well, I would say this though. With Daemon, he did. I ain't gonna say he had a slip of the tongue. I think what he was saying was, yo, everybody want to replace me, yo. You can't replace me. I'm next. I'm next up. You can have another baby. You can do this, do that. Yo, he was an heir for a day, yo. That's how I go. I'm still next in line. And he ain't like that. If he'd have shut up, he would have been next in line. But word travels, the brothel speaks. That's where you go get your information. It'll leak out.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Maybe I'm just off, man. I didn't think he was being. I mean, he might have been disrespectful. I don't know.
I didn't get the feeling he was being like.
It was disrespectful, but I don't think in his head he was probably thinking he was being that disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was just like, he out with the boys, the people he gotta, because they already said the city guard love him, yo. He gotta keep them under wraps. Like, he gotta keep them in the wings. So he out there. He's paying for everything, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like this and that. He said what he said. It's just that it was the wrong time. I mean, it was just bad timing, you know.
I mean, you got drinks and people gassing you up. But the thing about it is, I really think the city guard like him because he lets the city guard do what the city guard does.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
get to
yeah,
use their power. I mean, if you
yeah.
if you're a cop and they let you use your power, I mean, like shit. Look at our times now.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I was about to say, yeah. I'm sure that's what it is. You know, inflict
Yeah,
that, you know, what I'm saying, your authority on people. Um,
but
but
let me circle back to what you said because you brought this up
mhm.
earlier when you was like how Daemon was going at Viserys, like you weak, you ain't know, because Viserys asked him like, "Did you say it? Did you say it?" And he didn't really say I said it. He was like, "You a weak king, yo. You know, I'm up," and that's when he started disparaging him, and that's when he got sent
Yeah,
back. Um,
yeah,
and he had no choice after that, yo. I can't let like you can't disrespect me and then let me choose you as an heir.
yeah, that's true. I mean,
You know what I'm
I ain't
saying?
mad at you. You can't have it. You gotta draw the line somewhere. Uh, but at the same time, like I was saying before, though, yo, his wife, yo, he must really hate his wife. Like that was like he acted like he motherfucking got stabbed. He was like, yo, go home to your wife. Basically, that's what he told him. He was like, yo, you out, go home to your wife, man. He was like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, you mean I gotta go home to that? I wonder what she looked like, man. Maybe they gave him one of them joints, like they tried to give my boy, when not John Snow, what was the other when the my other man, the son who
Oh,
died at the
they
red
tried to
wedding, the man
oh,
that was, but you know they tried to give him one. He was like, no, I'll just take this nurse over here.
God.
So maybe they gave
But
my man a little questionable one. He was like, yo, I'm good. I'm just stay out here
dog,
with the
I could have
people.
sworn we saw his wife. Like I think going forward, I think we do see his wife.
We probably did.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. But another part we missed, Joe.
Mhm.
Yo, your man Hightower, yo,
Mhm.
pawning his daughter off, yo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He definitely tried to put him on the king. He was like, "Yo,
What's that about?
yo, it's a dirty world out here. Dirty, nasty. As my man Joe Buttons would say, he gets nasty awards, yo, because he was basically like, yeah, go comfort him. He was like, yo, matter of fact, why don't you throw one of your mom's dresses? Like, yo, I was like, yo, I was like, what is this? Ooh,
No, and then he hold on. He was
nasty.
like this. He was like this. Throw him one of your mom's dresses. And kept on writing what he was doing. Yo, I was like, dog, you are
Yeah.
horrible, man. But what do you expect? I mean, I don't understand why he would do that. Like
I
he
mean, he
just
tried to.
lost. I mean, he just lost his wife and kid, and he gonna throw him some Poontang clan, yo.
Yeah, I mean, he trying to get on, yo. Because think about it, if his daughter, you know, I mean, you know, how back in the day, boom, boom. It doesn't matter how young you. I mean, they was marrying people off. I will say this, with his daughter, and then like Rhaenyra. See, the first Game of Thrones, uh, what's the daughter's name with red hair? Oh my god, man, I'm so bad
Sansa,
on that.
Sansa.
Sansa. So in the books, you gotta understand, she was young in the books. She was like 14, 15,
Mhm.
whatever. So in the show, she didn't appear that young or what have you. So a lot of stuff that happened to her, it was almost like, all right. I mean, you know, because she didn't, they got these girls looking young like they are, like
Yeah,
supposed to be. So they will marry off a 14-year-old in a second, yo. This is like Kentucky, Utah, Mormon land. It's like motherfucking,
yeah.
you're like the Mormons, the Latter Day Saints. They will marry your ass off 14, yo.
As soon as you
So
can become childbearing age, yo.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have your period, it's a wrap. You know,
But
once you
that's
have your
probably
period,
why. You know what? She could have been. She can get. She's fertile, yo.
yeah. So I'm sure that's what I mean. That was the long. It was a long play, yo. Get up in there, boom. Y'all do what you do. Yo, hopefully she get pregnant, have a boy. I'm the grandpapa to the king. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
But one thing I think I like the way she played it though, because obviously she got the hint from her father what she needed to do.
mhm.
But she was down, but she kind of figured out I don't have to. Let me just be real with him. And I think he
Yeah,
appreciated that in that moment, yo, because he was
yeah,
yo, people just spoke to me in riddles and saying, yo, I'm sorry. And he said, King, I'm sorry. And he
mhm.
really, really understood that. But what I thought was fire though was that damn big ass castle like thing he had in the
working on. Yeah,
that shit was fire, yo. You know, but that's the thing, yo. Like they in Game of Thrones, they had stuff like that all around. Like I wonder how they built that shit, yo. Like we don't like now we got drones and shit. We can do that 3D, boom, boom, boom. We built it. It's some different shit back then, yo, to make that shit look and with maps and drawings and stuff like that, yo. It's crazy.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, you know, I mean, people do amazing things. You know, from the old time. I mean, when I said old time, like from the Egyptians on, yo. People do amazing things now, man. You know,
Yeah.
Technology is always improving. You be like, yo, how do you even think of this, yo?
Yeah.
I mean, right now we on this internet. It's a fiber optic connection, yo. They got information traveling on light. You make that make sense to me. I don't know, yo. It's like literally, it's info on light. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Like people are ingenious. It's crazy out here. So basically, we don't end up well, not wrapping it up, but we don't get to this end scene. Basically, so his wife is dead. His son died. 1-year-old Balin. We got Daemon wilding out. He was like, "What can I do, yo? I gotta name somebody as a heir." I said heir. So he brings his daughter down. You know, gives a speech and is like, "Yo, it is what it is. Yo, you next up."
No. This is probably one of my favorite parts.
I mean, that's it. Go ahead. You can go and expound on it, man.
So he brings it down. So circle back a little bit. So they were Hightower was like, "Yo, you need to name your daughter heir." So like, we can't name no girl heir. That's when they had the big argument. Daemon says what he says and takes his name out the running because he can't keep his mouth shut. So they were like, "Yo, he announced she's gonna be my heir." So while they're in the keep or whatever they call it, the crypt or something down there, they had the dragon fossil down there. He explains the dream that's been passed down for generations.
Yeah, that was wild. I was like, "Oh damn, your boy had it down to the T."
When I was in awe and listening to it because we already knew what was going to happen in Game of Thrones. But for them, he said, "I had this dream. We have to have a Targaryen on the throne to fight this winter people. Winter's coming."
Yeah, so I was just jumping in. It's Aegon Targaryen. But I swear in the episode it was somebody from Winterfell came too. But either way, they basically said it was the end of the world, man. It's gonna be a terrible winter. And the only way that it could survive is for all the Seven Realms to come together, and the Targaryen has to be on the throne.
It has to be on the throne.
So that's why I was like, "Oh shit, they tied all this shit together."
Dog, look, the producers, George R. R. Martin, they got this episode right. And I know people was like, "Oh, the wigs." I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with the episode at all. It did what it had to do for me.
Yeah. I liked everything about this shit, yo. It had action in it.
Yep.
It had enough
exposition.
Exposition. I mean, we learned a lot. I mean, as far as history to get us to this point, and we learned a lot about the players that's right now in the mix. Like we learned how they moving.
I like how they tied it to the 172 years before Daenerys Targaryen was born.
Yeah.
Like it gives you that context of what all this stuff is going on, and it's going to fall. And that's the thing. I don't know how many seasons of House of the Dragon is going to be, but we know the Targaryens lose power.
Yeah. I mean, I think as long as it stays up on things, I get it's about 5 seasons, Only because, the timeline to run out. But, I mean, they might be able to do more than that. I mean, it really depends on... I mean, right now, though, I wouldn't want it to go too long. I like it, like, on my Better Call Saul shit, yo. Shout out to Fire. Shout out to them. You know what I mean? About 5 seasons, you can get the whole story out. And then they got other stuff in the mix that, I mean, I'm not too sure about, like the Jon Snow shit. I don't know, but I think they might pause that or...
I mean, I thought it was filming.
Oh, it was? See.
Yeah. Or about to start filming. I mean...
I mean, I had to lie. Maybe I'm crazy, yo. Maybe I'm just like I just need one Thrones show at a time, yo. I don't want this shit to go into like some Marvel shit and it doesn't have the gravity. It doesn't have the weight to it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? This, like I said, this is a came back like woo. Like I feel like the weight. I feel like all the shit like from
yeah.
the landscape. What's you know what I'm saying, the people and everything, like, all right, we back in the mix, so
Oh,
I
no
don't need to
doubt, yo.
dilute. I don't want to dilute this motherfucker.
Yo, we on the same page when it comes to like I think you use the best word, wait. Because when you watch WEIGHT, when we hear Game of Thrones, we watched it like we were tuned in. It wasn't like we were on our phones and like that. We were like this,
Yeah,
watching it.
exactly.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I got that feeling from this, yo. And if you didn't get that feeling, you're a hater, yo. That's all I got to say about that, yo. Because this shit was a great story to come back to, yo. You know, I'm
That's what it is.
excited, man. Once a week. Oh,
Yeah.
dog.
Oh damn! I forgot to mention the most important thing that happened this episode, man.
Uh-oh.
Uh, you know, Viserys, yo, he got the motherfucker. He been sitting on that throne too long. That motherfucker got the motherfucker blister on his ass. On his ass. That's like, yo, we can't stop it. I wonder if that. You think that? What if that's what kills him off, man?
Dog, infection.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Infection.
saying. Basically, he got the pus ass blister on his ass from sitting on that damn hard ass throne. Like, honestly, that throne can't be comfortable at all, yo. That shit's just made a whole bunch of steel melted together. Ain't no
And it's sharp.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, they don't put no cushion on this shit, like nothing, yo. Like,
Dog.
yeah,
When he told his daughter, he's like, yo, the throne, sitting on this throne is dangerous. He wasn't saying that the fact that, you know, he's saying like, you know, being here, you're gonna have enemies and all that stuff. No,
mhm.
you cut your hand when you told your brother to get out. He's like, get
Yeah.
out. Ah,
Hey, yeah, that's a,
start
yo,
bleeding, yo. The sharp ass chair, yo. Nah, yo, he needs some cushions or something, yo. You got enough,
yeah.
you know,
But he'll
enslaved
die.
people to do that.
He'll die from that pus on his ass, yo. So, on
Yo,
the
I think that's what it's gonna be.
It
I,
won't surprise me at all, just because they can't cure it. Like even your boy, he was like, "Yo, we can't stop it." Like you know what I mean?
we gonna cauterize it. He's like,
Yeah,
do what you gotta do, yo. I mean, like, put fire to it to stop it. It
yeah,
But that's how kings died back then. If you want assassinated, you die from some kind of disease.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
I could definitely see him dying before the season's out. You know, Game of Thrones is good at that. Like they will
Yeah.
kill off a mother. Like everybody we met tonight is not gonna be here next season. Like that's
Yeah.
one thing I do know from Game of Thrones. Everybody I met tonight is not gonna be here next season. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you know what? Like, you know, at first Ed Snow, no,
Start.
it's Ned Stark
Ned Stark. Yeah, Ned Stark.
got killed in like episode 9, 10. He's like, hold
Yeah.
up.
Actually,
We
I
never
told
saw
Corey
that.
halfway. That's when I told Corey you gotta watch this shit. When they killed Ned Stark, because I just knew Ned Stark. I was like, yo, the Heat. They confessed. He was like, yo, whatever. Your boy was like, whatever. Yeah, Joffrey was like, boom, kill it. I was like, yo, he the babe of a cat. Yo, like that's when I was like, yo, because I wasn't familiar
Yeah.
with the books at all when the first.
Neither was
came
I.
out. I ended up reading the first book. But I told the story before. I couldn't keep reading them just because I like to read books and imagine what the people are in my head.
Yeah.
Since I had watched the show, when I was reading the books, I was just seeing the motherfucking HBO characters in my head.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
didn't
no,
like
you're
that.
right.
I didn't like it at all because, like, when I was reading, I was like, "Yo, I just had them picture, like, you know what I mean? I had the picture in my head." But the books, I do like how he wrote the books, though. Like, each chapter was from a different character's
Perspective, yeah.
Yeah, but it was fire. But I just couldn't. The series spoiled the books for me.
Yeah.
As
I
far as
mean,
go. But the books definitely like go a lot more in depth, and you learn a lot more from reading that.
yeah. I mean, I see a lot of stuff on like on Yahoo or something like that, and they show like based on the book, this is what the character really looks like instead of what you see on HBO. And then I didn't know like Tyrion had different color eyes, his nose was cut off, all that stuff.
Yeah. Like one eye was one color, one eye was a different color. Yeah, all that. But it doesn't matter because even when I read that, guess who I was just seeing? Motherfucker I see on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't know his name, but shout out to him.
yeah.
Yeah, I was rewatching some Entourage. He was in an episode of Entourage,
He was in everything. He's been a lot of stuff, yo.
Yeah, and then my boy Ari made a fucking little person joke about him. He was like, "Yo, fuck you, Ari." You know,
Yeah, he was in Elf. He was in Elf as well, yo. Yo, but no, I mean, like, look, I'm telling you, if it stays on this trajectory, this feel a Game of Thrones, yo. How many dragons would you give it, yo? Out of 5, yo.
Shit, they got 10 of them.
Out of 10, they got 10 dragons. How many dragons you give them, yo?
Honestly, yo, I don't see nothing wrong with it. It's really hard to give it a 10 just because I don't know. Like, I mean, everything. Shit, man. I'm probably gonna watch this again. I watched the first time. I only watched the half time later because unfortunately I got to work. I got a job, people. You know what I'm saying? I watched last night. I watched like half of it again today, but I got a job. I'm probably end up watching it again before the next episode. That's why I like to watch it right before the next one comes out.
Yeah.
Just to be like fresh. I fly right on to the next one.
Yep.
9.5, man. This shit was fire, yo. Honestly, yo, I love this shit, yo. I can't think of nothing wrong with it. I like all the people. I like everybody that cast.
Yep.
Like people like Daemon, yo. I like Daemon's an asshole. He looks like an asshole.
He does.
I still fuck with him. But Viserys is like a king, but he does look like a punk king. Like if you see, I was like, yo, this motherfucker look like a punk. Like everybody's like cast great. I love this shit, man.
No, I'm with you. I want to give it a 10 so bad. I think a lot of it had to deal with they got it right with the Game of Thrones feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even looking at the dragons, like how like the CGI on the dragons look.
Lovely, man. Beautiful.
Dog. I mean, and even like Rhaenyra, whatever her name is. I like her. I think she's like the way they cast her, like she's spunky, she's smart. Mm-hmm. And she understands the gravity of the situation now. Like she's ready to become queen when her time is coming. Yes, and there was no throwaway parts, yo. None. Everything had a reason, and they gave a purpose, and they gave enough history about the show, so we know what's going on going forward. So yeah, this is what it is. Like, you know, we got these dragons, we fighting for these thrones, we have a little infighting, and now it's set. Now we know that Daemon's gonna go at the family, yo.
Yeah, basically.
Can't wait to see it, man. So I definitely give this a 9.5, yo.
Oh, you're not the hater of all haters. Give it a
9.5.
That's how you know it's fire, yo. This shit might be a 10 then, yo. His ass give it a 9.5. It might be a 10. But no.
You know what? Yeah. I love football. I'm a football head. I watch every game. I'm on Sundays, I'm immersed. But there's gonna be an hour on Sunday Night Football. I'm not watching football, yo.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, 9 o'clock is coming.
Dog, it's this.
So that's what it is. We're gonna wrap this up. Game of Thrones. Well, I guess
it's called Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon.
I'm not to just knock out. I gotta get that out of my brain, yo. House of the Dragon, yo. House of the Dragon. The Targaryens are doing their thing. We're definitely here along for the ride from the beginning to the end, yo. We're here from now all the way to the Mad King. I wouldn't even mad if they go all the way up to the Mad King. Where my boy Robert Baratheon, come, you know what I'm saying? Put him in, or no, actually your boy, Jamie
Kingslayer.
Yeah, if they do a throwback of like 5 years from now, we could get a throwback, and they bring him back. And Jamie motherfucker put the sword in his back. I'm like, oh shit, that's gonna be crazy, yo.
Dog. That would tie everything together, yo. That's exactly what we need. If we don't get that, I will be pissed. Because that's exactly what we need. Because Jamie King kills the Mad King and Robert Baratheon becomes king.
Yeah. So
we need to see it.
We'll see. I'm here from the beginning to the end though. So if you're watching, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this. You know what I'm saying? Definitely throw the likes in at least, yo. You know, it definitely helps. I'm Hollywood DA, Phenom TO2. Yep. It is what it is. We're going to be back next Monday for another House of the Dragon recap / review / reaction / probably just us riding their nutsack, sell Paul.
Fanboy, yeah, it is what it is.
Boy, I love this shit, man.
Yeah, definitely, yo.
You can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is